So welcome to Bad Food Blog, and I've got some leftover stuff which I need to eat because it's going off in the fridge. A couple of tomatoes are about to turn, a cucumber that's starting to look a bit wrinkly, and I'm going to fry them with some spam with bacon. I was going to do fritters. I'm going to try to do them, but they're probably going to go really wrong because a fritter is a batter, and I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be able to shallow fry something in a batter. So this might be amusing in a very bad way. Probably an extremely bad way. So, I guess the thing to do is to start making the spam fritters by making the batter. Which won't be too hard, right? What is it, like 1 egg, some flour and water? How hard could it be? Please no, I don't really mean that it's not going to not be hard. I know it's going to be hard. Right, there's the egg. And here's the flour. And the milk, I guess, as well. Let's start off by putting the flour in. That much flour is going to be enough. Don't need too much, it's just a small amount of batter. The one bit that does concern me is I haven't shallow fried a fritter in years and I can't remember exactly how to do it. So this might go badly wrong. I need the batter to be quite thick because I'm shallow frying. I always worry about making batters. It always goes wrong for me. Okay, that doesn't look too bad so far. I mean, tell you how much worse can it get? This is a request from one of my viewers. So, I want this batter to be reasonably thick, but still a batter. So that's probably a tiny bit too thick, so I'm just going to pop a tiny bit of water in there. Yeah, that's better. That's more like it. I could have made a beer batter, but the only beer I've got, I just don't think it would work well in a batter, because it's a lager rather than a beer, and then you're kind of introducing more of a sour taste than a beer's more sweet taste. Okay. There we go. We have our batter. Now, let's cut up some spam and make fritters. And then we can attempt to fry them, and then I was going to put them in the oven to finish them off. Now, I know that sounds rather odd, but if you'll listen to me, it doesn't actually sound that weird, because I don't really want to, with shallow frying, the idea is just to kind of get the batter to stick, or I might go for the oven entirely, to be honest. Because once I've coated them, I can just put them in the oven, but I don't know. It's one of those choices, isn't it? You know you can cook food in the oven, but do you really want to? And on what surface do you cook them on? There's another devastatingly weird choice as well. I think we're going to go for oven cooked for this one. Let's see how these spam fritters turn out. Let me turn the oven on. Get a baking tray ready. I only intend to do 3. Obviously, well, 4 I think there. Yep, just getting some baking paper, that should say. That worked out. So rather than frying them a little bit and putting them in here, let's put them straight in here and get them into a preheated oven. That kind of makes sense. I just thought the idea of frying them just isn't going to go as well as I think it is. But if I'm going to cook them in the, I think I'm going to have to fry them and then oven cook them. Yeah. No. The way I'm thinking of doing it anyway, I'm going to need some oil in there. The Spam itself will release quite a bit of oil, but I'm going to want this to work the way I want it to. When you're oven cooking a batter, it's going to need a bit of oil to help with the cooking process, because you're not frying it in oil. You're going to need a little bit in there. So, open this Spam with bacon tin. It's amazing how much like cat food this stuff smells. Sorry for any of you that like cat food. I mean like Spam. That sounded really wrong. I actually like Spam as an ingredient. I just don't really like eating it like this. See, look, the jelly that comes with it. See, just everything reminds you of cat food. Doesn't taste like cat food. Okay, so I need to... Right, 1. Let's get these kind of nice and thick. 2, 3, 4. Oh, cool. We can make 4 Spam fritters quite easily. There we go. Now, let's get them covered in batter. And then lay them down in this tray. Oop. There's no way of really doing this without getting my hands dirty. Up. 1. Or leaving a fingerprint on them, unfortunately. 2. Hadn't really thought that through, had I? 3. 4. This is such a mess. Every time I try to balance something, it just goes so wrong. Right. Let's give them the best chance possible. Bit of seasoning. That is a bow tie on a dog right there. Okay. See, I'm not particularly happy about that at all, but that is what it is, and that is going to have to go in the oven in a minute. So I'll show it going in the oven in a minute, and we'll see how we get on. I'm going to cook my other ingredients now and clean up some of this mess. Might put this batter in the fridge for tomorrow. Might see if I can batter something else with it though. See if I can put a little bit more batter on the top of each of one of these. Just to cover up the fingerprints. It's just going to go everywhere anyway, isn't it? There we go. Okay, we'll come back to this when we're at the greater stage. Oh my god, this is going so wrong. While I'd already prepared the frying pan, I thought it'd be funny to see if we could make cucumber fritters, because I had the cucumber left over. So I'm putting that in the batter, and I'm going to go over and see if we can fry them in the frying pan. Now what's amusing is I think the Spam fritters are going to work fine in the oven. Absolutely fine. But I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen with the cucumber fritters. We'll go over and we'll have a look. Give me a sec. So the tomato is already cooking away here. And we have the cucumber pieces. Now, this is really an experiment to see if I can shallow fry those Spam fritters. Whereas I do have the oven on, and I do have them cooking in the oven. I didn't want to waste a whole Spam fritter on just sort of throwing it in a shallow fryer. So we're using the tomatoes needed cooking anyway, so they take a little while to sort of fry off, and they need doing on both sides. But let's see if the Spam fritters will come out okay. Now while the oven's warming, I can fry a couple of these bits of cucumber and see what happens. And that's probably not warm enough to do batter. I don't know, that doesn't look too bad, does it? So increase the temperature a little. Hey, I actually think we might be in business here. I'm not seeing any issues. I'm not seeing. See, the reason for using cucumber is it's probably one of the hardest things to get batter to stick to, and its water content is probably double or triple that of the Spam. So it's a relatively good analog for seeing what would happen if we dip the Spam and then just straight into the pan. And after about a minute or so, we can see if it's going to have cooked enough to warrant turning over. Well, as you can see, the batter's not moving around at all. So, oh, this is going to work. All right, forget the oven. And I'm also making cucumber fritters here as well. Not that anyone ever asked for cucumber fritters. Not that I think anyone will ever want cucumber fritters. But damn it, I'm making cucumber fritters. Great thing about cast iron pans is they retain their heat really well. Okay, once the cucumber fritters and the tomatoes are done, I'm going to go turn the oven off because I don't need that anymore. This is going to work. And I think if I put a lid on, where's the large lid gone? Oh, there we are. Sorry about this. Should be able to speed up the cooking of the top side. Hey, this is working really, really well. Let's see what they look like in a couple of minutes. I'll turn them over and we'll see when they're done. Let's have a quick peek and see what's going on with them. Should be at the point where, oh yeah, I can turn them over. The tops are still delicate, whoops, as you can see there. But they're browning off and shouldn't move them around once you put them down. Lots of things which are fritter-like, you got to give them 10-20 seconds. So when you turn them over, it's like bam, leave it. Try not to get them to move. So you can see with this one, did a really good job. That one stayed down. So important things to remember is I should probably be using the tongs to turn them over, so there's no chance of getting them bashed around. And they are now cucumber fritters. Let's have a zoom in and show you. Need to get them more central to the frame. Sorry about this. That's what they're looking like. So, got some pretty nice looking, and they smell like fried cucumber, which is really nice. So I think we're almost ready. Probably going to want a tiny bit more fat for these. But I will need the oven on, so I'm going to have somewhere to keep these warm. So let me put some fresh foil on this one here, which I was cooking with earlier. So I can pop all of those ingredients off and get them all into the oven to keep them warm. I was just cooking with this earlier, so let's pick these all up. They look fantastic, by the way. Look, here they are. Ooh, yummy. I think it's possibly time for these tomatoes to be turned over as well. Well, there, but not quite there. They can go into the oven as well to keep warm. I still like cooked tomatoes to have some body to them. I don't like them to get cooked so far as they become totally squishy. Okay. Right. Need to make sure the whole pan is covered in oil. Need to make sure the oil's up to temperature as well. There's your proof of that. Boiling off of any impurities in the oil. Water gets into oil, it always does, so thing for me to do is to just go for it, pick this up and put it straight in there, and not to let it move. And this one, I think I'm going to do them two at a time, because if I do any more it's going to be more moving around. And I'm going to put the lid on so as we can cook the top as well. Okay, let's pause that for now. Okay, it's time to turn them. I think I'm going to go for the spatula because I'll be able to feel how hard it is. That's pretty good. I kind of want to sort of progress this over so it doesn't flop, which is tricky. I'm just going to have to go for it in one go. Moved it around a bit too much. That was better. Let it settle on its own. But it's looking very fritterish. That's good. We've got some definite adherence batter to the bottom. We're going to have more on the top. Wondering if that's to do with I should put them upside down first and add some more batter on top of them. I should re-dip them as I'm putting the next two in. I'm learning as I'm going here. Zoom in and have a look at that. A little bit anemic though. I'm going to have to possibly pump the heat up a little bit. And they're going to want turning again before they're done. Nice thing is I'm starting to see bubbles from inside as well as just along the side, so I'm starting to see them cooking. Okay, back in a minute when they need turning. Right, these two are ready to go in the oven now, where they'll continue cooking for a bit. Just turn them over. Oh, it's coming off, the top's coming off. Not too much more turning for that. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Right, there we are. Get these into the oven now. And then come back and see what we can do next. So the first two weren't too bad, but there wasn't really enough batter on the bottom of them. So I think this time let's try and get as much batter as possible on them. We still have batter here. Let's give it a good dipping before it goes in the frying pan. Same with the next one. Because the batter's really sticking to them because it's nice and thick. The batter expands very quickly because of the self-raising flour, so it's got get some air bubbles quite quick as well. Just zoom in those while they're cooking and show you. As you can see there. Nice. Right, I'll show you them when they're done and they're going in. These are going to cook a slightly bit longer in here because the other ones are going to get 5 minutes in the oven, so I don't want you to watch these fry for 5 minutes, so I'll turn it off. Okay, time to flip them over again. We're starting to get some burning smells, so I don't like this. Didn't go well last time. That's better. Then we kind of have to do the same again. Nice, 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 nice. Leaving it for a little bit longer really helps. Whoa. Oh, shouldn't have moved that too so soon. Need to leave it a couple more seconds. Ooh, they're looking yummy. Here come the Spam fritters. So these are the ones cooked mostly in the frying pan. And I gotta say, they're a bit greasier than the other ones are going to be. And what I think is the better ones are the ones that were shallow fried and then placed in the oven, which appear to have fluffed up a bit more and aren't as burnt, which is probably due to me cooking them better. But I'll try both. And here are the cucumber fritters and tomato. Now, I'm only going to try one of each. The rest are going to be for my long-suffering assistant, who's probably not going to like any of this, by the way. So let's put that out of the way there. Turn the oven off and let's try the Spam fritters and see what they taste like. I will have to have tomato ketchup with Spam fritters. Just because. Right, let's have a look. Zoom the camera in so we can get a better look at them as we're eating them. Right. Start with this one, the slightly more cooked one. That's what it looks like. Cross section. Crunchy. Tastes like Spam. I don't really like Spam that much, but the Spam fritters, they do actually seem to work. Here's the one that was cooked slightly in the oven. Much thinner layer of batter. More crunchy. And the fritter inside has been better cooked. So I would advise a combination of shallow frying. Nothing. Definitely no need to add salt to either of those. And here is a cross section of a cucumber fritter, which was an experimental food. Much like a McDonald's apple pie, it burns the inside of your mouth, but there is little to no taste benefit to it. It's almost like you've got a fritter with nothing in the middle. This just dissolves. It's basically water. It's like a jelly at this point. Interesting. Well, I'm not going to say it's bad, but it wouldn't be my first choice of food. But yeah, there we go. A viewer request, Spam fritters. And there we go. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment and share the video. And if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that'd be great. Bye.